Hey everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Thanks very much for watching that earwax removal video today. This isn't actually my patient, but what you can see in here is this very glittery type of earwax. It almost looks like there's some gold glitter mixed in with it, which you do see a lot more often. You can see the flecks running through it there. You see that a little bit more often in a couple of cases. So sometimes if you get really hard wax, it can look a bit like a piece of coal. You get these kind of reflective elements to it, but you also get it in some patients who've been away on holiday recently, got a bit of sand mixed with their earwax as well. Now this is actually Taylor's patient. Now you can see I'm on my own today and I'm not in my normal kit. That's because I'm actually off this week, so I've come in to do a bit of video editing for you guys just so you don't miss out this week. Taylor's actually in our Cardiff branch most of this week as well, which is why we're not doing any videos this week. I don't know whether we're going to get many together next week either, but he will return, guys, I promise. Now because this is Taylor's patient, I'm not exactly too sure what the backstory to this one was, but you can see it's really soft consistency, which rules out that kind of harder, darker, almost ebony kind of wax where you get those reflective pieces in it. And being this is the summer holiday for the children here over in the UK, it wouldn't surprise me if there's a bit of wax mixed in with this. Somebody's probably been on holiday and it's all got mixed together. Now, it's a really strange consistency, this one, because it's quite soft here at the entrance. We've hit this thicker kind of plug now, this deeper section we can see in here. So Taylor is very gently bringing this plug down the canal. This is the standard size on the tube here. He's opted to use that over things like the fine end just because you get a much better grip. And he's very gently teasing this down the canal. What you can see is he's getting a very gentle grip, then pulling down ever so slightly and drawing this forwards. So it's working its way out. There we are, we're nearly there. A little bit more wiggle. He's just getting it to the entrance of the canal here. So we're in the outermost portion of the ear canal. So he's drawn it down. Now the next difficult part after this now is coordinating, sort of coaxing it around that bend that we always get right at the entrance to the canal. He's pulling this forward, but as he's pulling this forward, you can see there's actually chunks breaking off this. So this plug is already reduced in size just because that softer material we saw at the entrance that had that really gold fleck to it, that is now started to get sucked inside the tube itself. Now this last part of the plug, although it's a little bit more solid, still is a little bit on the soft side. So what you're getting there is it's got a little bit more structure to it. It's not completely hard, but it's just enough structure to be able to pull this out and around the canal. Just waiting for this to get around the edge. You can see he's trying everything here, lifting, pulling, moving from left to right as well, just to negotiate this last little bend. It doesn't look like that's budging very well at all there, does it? It looks like it's really wedged, and that can happen sometimes. What you can have is an entrance to the canal which is a little bit narrower than the actual canal itself. Sorry, entrance to the canal which is a little bit narrower than the wax itself. Oh my gosh. I purposely come in early this morning, guys, to try and get this done before everyone turns up for work today, because it gets a little bit noisy here after a little while. But he's just trying to get this little section away now and coax us around the end. Okay, now he does what I do here, which is just to pull down on the top portion. If we get it wedged here, sometimes if you can just sort of drop the top of the wax down, it's just enough to pull it around the bend here. And that's exactly what Taylor's doing. There we are, you can see that chunk there coming away. Now that's not the whole plug, but it is going to make it smaller, which is always going to help when we try and get this out of the canal. So you can see he's having to sort of push the canal open here with the side of the Zollner tube just to try and get this around. Now that is always difficult because when you're deeper in the canal, you can hold it open with the side of the endoscope. When you're in this much more sort of outer section of the ear canal, the endoscope has to drop out of the canal for you to be able to get your view. So what you can have to do here is kind of hold the canal open using the side of the Zollner tube, then try and pull the wax through. But what happens when it pulls so far is the Zollner tube can't hold the canal back anymore. So what happens there the canal drops back down and sort of almost pinches that wax it tries to get out, which is exactly what's happening here. So you have to kind of wiggle this. Now, depending on the consistency of the wax, if it's that little bit harder, then it'll pull through quite easily. If it's a little bit more, a little bit softer, then what will happen is you'll start to break chunks off it. Now, what's happened here is we've got that slightly harder section, which is just wedged in the outer portion of the canal there. The softer section we were hanging on to pull it this far has now broken away. So now we have to go back now and grab that slightly harder section. A little bit more wiggling needed here just to coax it out of that canal. There you go, out that comes. Taylor giving you a good old look at that one. You can see very, very dark in color, that one. Let's take a look beyond. There we go. There's the eardrum. Looking very healthy. You can really see that gold fleck there, that sort of almost glittery appearance to the wax. It's exactly the same on this side. You can see it here as well, this very sort of glittery look to the wax on this side as well. Now, obviously, without this patient's backstory, to me, the fleck looks a little bit too thin, or a little bit too small to be, or fine would be a better word, to be sort of coarse grains of sand, because sand under magnification like this, actually, they look like little pebbles in there. It's you can see the actual outline of the grain of sand. That looks very, very fine. I would, you know what, without seeing Taylor, well, it'll be interesting to catch, next time we catch up, I'll be asking him about it. Sometimes you can get this if a patient's used like a bronzer or something like that, where it would, you know, make up with a very fine sort of, guys, I'm way out of my lane on this one. I don't really know a lot about makeup, but when you get a kind of a bronzer where you get that little kind of fleck in it, possibly, I don't know, it may well be that, but you can see exactly the same issue here. We're just getting this pulled forwards. Oh, don't forget, guys, if you do have problems with your ears, you can always check out a link to the bio, come and see myself or the lovely Mr. Taylor Green, and we'll get that sorted out for you. Don't forget, we don't just do ear wax removal here, guys, anything ear related, so hearing, we can chat about your balance, we can chat about your tinnitus, we can chat about your wax as well, so you can come along and see both of us here. And if you do enjoy the videos, then please like, follow, heart, share and subscribe for me. That would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for doing that. We seem to have gone, the subscribers seem to have risen up at least recently, so thank you so much to all the new subscribers as well who are coming along and checking out our videos as well. Mrs. B did want me to, while this is just pulling out the ear canal, did want me to have a chat to you about merch. Now, we haven't done that for a little while just because we launched it just before COVID, and then we just couldn't get anything shipped out to anybody. So if that would be something you'd be interested in seeing again, let me know in the comment section. I may well, I don't know how to put a poll onto TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, weirdly, because I don't really tend to do a lot with those platforms. But I will certainly put a poll onto the community page on YouTube. I will try and find out how to put a poll on the others as well, if we can do it. And then you can let me know whether that's something you want to see as well. Now, I know Mrs. B did have quite an interesting idea for Christmas this year, but I won't tell you about that yet because I can't remember whether I'm supposed to tell you or not. I will check with Mrs. B first to get back to you. So there you go. You can see the plug is coming out there really, really well. And the eardrum beyond looks nice and clear. The absence of a light reflex area, you can look at that gold fleck in that one there, you can really see that gold in that one. Absence of a light reflex there, it could just be there's a little bit of reduced mid-ear pressure or something going on. So what do we have here? We have 7/8 of an inch. Just over 2 centimeters there, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching our video today. Like I said, I'm missing my partner in crime, really, Mr. Taylor Green. Fingers crossed we'll be together again soon. But as always, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of your ears, and take care of one another. And I'll see you again real soon. Bye, everyone.